Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and shalom to the Archiam that are teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. This is a clip from a BBC sketch show that just came out, it's called Famalam. And it basically, it's a clip that says, there is no white Jesus. And they basically are telling you that the Lord ain't white, and they put like a Jake, they play as playing the Lord, basically. And it's straight up just putting it out there, man. So, obviously we know that they watch us, man. They watch the brothers that watch the apostles and elders and the brothers teaching this word. They get ideas from us, man. And they watch us, and the truth's getting out there, man. The truth's getting out there now, man. Okay? So let me run this clip here.
Jesus, can you hear me? I don't know where else to turn it. I'm desperate. I need your help.
I can hear you, my son. I have always been listening.
Who are you?
It is I, Jesus. I heard your prayer, and I've come to help you.
You're not Jesus.
I am.
But doesn't Jesus look a bit more like...
They go off, they put, gave him dreads and all that. That's going off. Because, he says he had the hair like the pure wool. He had like an afro. He had like an afro, man, Hair like the pure wool. They gave him dreads. But the point is that they put a Jake as the Lord, man. That's the point,
Oh, I see. You thought I'd be white.
Kind of, yeah.
Look, I don't know what to tell you. I was born in the Middle East 2,000 years ago. The Bible's very clear about that. It should be pretty obvious I don't have blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yes, sir.
Plus, have you heard my story? And I was arrested by a mob of angry government officials and beaten for a crime I didn't commit, and that shit doesn't happen to white people.
And there was some confusion over who your father was.
Okay, that's just racist.
Sorry. It's just... You're not really what I was expecting, that's all.
Would you like me to fetch white Jesus instead?
Oh, could you?
No! There is no white Jesus. It's just me. And do you want my help or not?
Yeah, I suppose so. After all, black or white, we're both still Christians, right?
I'm guessing now's not the time to tell you I'm Jewish.
Jesus. So they're putting the truth out through the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They're starting to put the truth out there now. They just straight up said that that whom the world calls Jesus Christ ain't no white man. You know what I'm saying? They straight up just said that, man. And that's a beautiful thing, because we say that every week, week in, week out. We continuously say it, and now, hey, the Lord's having it out there more and more in the media. It's getting out there. People know, man. People know the Lord ain't no so-called white man, man. And when he comes back, you're going to see a so-called black man come back, man. Yahweh Shai. Okay? But let me read this here. You're going to see a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, Yahweh Shai, man. So-called black man. Really, with different shades of brown. But you're going to see what they would call today, classify today as a they say black men or whatever. Which is BS, man. You're going to see a Judite man come back, man. From crack the skies, man. Dark-skinned man. Alright? This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Yeah, we always bring this out, man. The earth's been given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges. The judges are the Israelites, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. But primarily the main judge is who? Yahweh Shai, man. Whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. He's the main judge, and they covered his face by putting up, that image of a white Christ, man. Serapis Christus, Cesare. They put up that image of a white, so-called white man, as saying that that's the Lord when it's not. So they covered up the face of the main judge. But now the truth's getting out there. They can't deny it, because the scriptures tell you what he looks like. The Bible tells you what he looks like, man. And he don't look like no so-called white man. All right? That's iconoclasm, and that's a massive lie that's been pushed and destroyed the minds of millions, man. Particularly you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. Because a lot of our people believe that the Lord's a so-called white man. But the scriptures say, look, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the wicked is a so-called white man. Okay? And he's covered the faces of the judges. cover the faces of who the true people of the scriptures are, man. They primarily covered the face of whom the Lord is, man. Spreading that lie, man, saying that he's a so-called white man. So if the so-called white man ain't the wicked, where and who is he? Who is the wicked then? You know? We know it's the so-called white man, man. Esau, right? But the Lord's destroying his lies now, man. The Lord's destroying this place because the truth's coming out now. You know? Before the Lord physically destroys it, he's destroying it spiritually, man. All right? This is Isaiah 25:7. It says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people and the veil that is spread over all nations. Yeah, the face of the covering cast over all people. The lies that have been cut. Excuse me. Excuse me. The lies that have been spread throughout the earth. Yeah, the lies that have been spread throughout the earth, and the eyes of the people that have been covered all throughout the earth. All right, primarily so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay, the Lord's destroying the covering cast over all people and the veil that is spread over all nations. That's all these lies that's been spread, man. The Lord's destroying all that now through what? The truth. You see? Because for years, people thought that, hey, brothers in the knowledge thought that Cesare Borgia was the Lord in the world, man. But when they come in the truth, what happens? The Lord destroyed that veil that was over their eyes, man. So that's what the Lord's doing now. And he's waking up his elect, Lord willing, Lord willing, brothers teaching this word, way of that number, man. And getting the hell out of this place. But the Lord's destroying the veil that was spread over our eyes, man. And over the whole world's eyes, man. Because all the nations have drunk of the so-called white man's lies, man. They're drunk of it. But the Lord's destroying his lies now. Primarily, the main one is whom the world calls Jesus Christ, which his name's Yahweh Shai. Okay, what he looked like, man. That's why we go out with the desecrated image of Serapis Christus, Cesare, the image of that white Christ. We desecrate it, man. Put horns on it. 666. We mess people up with that. People get messed up at that sign because they actually believe that that's the Lord, man. But then we go into the scriptures and prove that to them that ain't the Lord, man. And whom the Lord looks like, we got a depiction of the image of what the Lord looks like. He really looks like that. So that's how we destroy the veil. That's how we destroy the covering cast over all people and the veil that is spread over all nations through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, declaring the truth, declaring what he really looks like, man. All right, that's what we're doing, man. So the Lord's doing that now. The lies of the so-called white man are getting destroyed by what? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Bible, man. Okay, taught the right way, which you get that from. I'll just say it straight. You get that from GreatMillStone, man. Starting with the apostles and elders and the brothers teaching under the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai from GreatMillStone, man. That's where the truth's coming from, man. That's why we're the number one hated Israelite group. Because why? Because we bring the truth raw, man. We don't sugarcoat it. We bring it how it is, man. How the Lord said to bring it out, man. Exactly what the scriptures say. We bring out the truth from the word, man. All right. So the point is, the Lord's destroying in the mountain the face of the covering cast over all people. Excuse me. And the veil that is spread over all nations. The Lord's destroying that now. All the lies that's been spread, the Lord's destroying it. All right. Let me get this scripture here. This is end it on this here, but this is a good one to end it on. The color of the Lord. All right. So let me get this here. It says Revelation 1:13. It says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, which the Son of Man is whom the world calls Jesus, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai. One like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, like we wear, ancient garments, man. Our robes, man. All right? That's what we wear. When we go on the highways and byways, we wear our sackcloth, but that's what our people wore in the ancient world, the garments, man. So we uphold that today because the Lord said we got to do that. But now, the garments we wear now is like, obviously, we prophesy in sackcloth. We're not trying to be decked out and look cool and shit. We do it because that's our thing, man. All right? But the point is, the Lord wore a garment just like that we wear on the highways and byways, a garment down to the foot, man. All right? And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt above the paps with a golden girdle, that warrior belt, man. All right? Because the Lord's a man of war. The Lord's a warrior, man, whom the world calls Jesus Christ. That's another lie they push. That he just all loves everybody, and like the image of the so-called white man is totally different to the description of the real Lord, man. The Lord was a man of war, man. Yeah, he loved. Yeah, he taught the things of the word. But guess what? He's still an austere man, man. He's not like the way they put. That's another thing. Another reason why this place has got to be destroyed, because the lies that they pushed on the Lord, man. All right, the lies, man, showing him as a so-called white man, soft and all weak. The Lord was an austere man, man, solid man. All right. So it says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt above the paps, and girt about the paps, with a golden girdle. This is the point right here. His head and his hairs were white like wool. And who has woolly hair, man? So-called Negroes, man. Afros, man. Like sheep's wool. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. Okay, yeah, because he had grays, man. He had grays, man. At a young age, the Lord had grays because of all the stuff he was dealing with, man. All the knowledge he had, all the stress he had. You know, because when you have knowledge in your mind, hey, man, the knowledge of the Lord, the knowledge of the scriptures is deep knowledge, man. And you have to walk amongst all these fucking. This is not just another video, but you got to walk amongst all these people that don't have no understanding of anything, and then you got knowledge of the scriptures in your mind, man. True knowledge. That's a lot, man, to be walking in this world with that kind of knowledge in your mind. So it says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt above the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. Okay? And his eyes were as a flame of fire. Yeah, because the Lord drank wine, man. So he had red eyes. He drank wine. Okay? He drank a lot of wine. And his eyes was a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burnt like a 2 pence piece or 1 pence piece, like that brass, right? His feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. So when you burn brass, if you burn anything, what happens? It becomes dark. So the scriptures describe him as a dark-skinned man, as if like fine brass, as if it didn't just say brass. It went on to say brass, as if it burned in a furnace. So if you to burn it, it gets what? Darker, man. So it says and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters, because he spoke with power, man. He spoke powerfully. That's why that cracker in that clip, he said, "Oh, I wasn't expecting you." He was expecting that soft-spoken, daffodil-handing so-called white man to come out the skies, man. That's what a lot of people are going to be expecting. But guess what? That ain't the reality. The reality is you're going to see a so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah, okay, Yahweh Shai, an austere man, come down and bring vengeance, man. A so-called black man, man. That's why the earth is going to be shocked. The masses of the earth are going to be wailing, man, when the Lord returns. All right? Because it's going to crush all the lies. When the Lord finally cracks the skies and returns, it's going to crush all the lies, man. You know, we're doing it now through the Spirit, but the Lord's physically going to show you, man. You know, we're doing it now through his word, but the Lord's physically going to come back and show you, man. All right? So with that, I'm just going to say all praises to Yahweh. But the point is, the point is that the Lord's a dark-skinned man. That's the point. Whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which his name's Yahweh Shai. All right? He's from the tribe of Judah, and he's a dark-skinned man, man. That's the point. You'd call him today a Negro, man. So-called Negro. Okay? So with that, I'm just going to say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone. And shalom to the Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Shalom.